Guys, and today we're going to be learning about exponents. So, exponent, you might see something like this 4 and then there being a 5 on top, a smaller 5 especially. But what is that smaller 5? What does it mean? So, 4 is called a base. 4 is going to be called our base. This 5 is going to be our exponent. Okay? So, what does this 5 symbolize? It symbolizes this equation. 4, come on, yeah, 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 equals to whatever. So let's just say equals to x. I showed this as an example, but I would like to move over here. But yeah, voila. And now we're gonna move the rest of the world. But let's look at something way simpler, like 3 and 2. This is and the exponent, and this shall be the base. Again, I'm just gonna do that so that it's clear for you guys. But if the exponent is 2, we call it squared. So the equation would be 3 times 3, and you would know squared if you know area. If you don't know area, I think I'll make another video on that. Okay, and let's do another one. Voila, and a little bit there. So this time, let's do 4. Yeah, I did 4, so let's change the number up. Let's do 7. Okay, 7, 3. So 3, if the exponent is over here 3, that means it's cubed. That means you're gonna cube it. That means it's 7 times 7 times 7. So these two things would equal to 49. This would be 7. So 49 multiplied by 7. Let's figure it out quickly right here. 49 times 7. 3, 6, and 20, 34. So 343. Got it? So which equals to 343, which is our answer. Okay? So this is what we know, and this is what we are learning. Okay, yes, of course. But so what we're gonna do here is do some other exercises. Now that we've really learned what an exponent is in so less time, and some equations of exponents, we are gonna answer some questions that are very popular. An exponent is not a fraction. An exponent is, so if you, after you understand this concept, I'm writing this in a longer form, but an exponent is kind of to shorten up a sentence, and an exponent is used as to the power of. A sentence that I really like to show in this scenario, so I like Comic Sans a lot, and yeah, so sentence I really like is exponents is repeated multiplication. That would be a lot of addition if you thought of it that way, but we are not going to think of it that way for the sake of our sanity. So exponents is repeated multiplication. If you think about it, that is true. There isn't really a term for it. As for repeated addition, there is multiplication, but exponents is repeated multiplication. So my often take is that the concept of exponents is easy, but actually getting the questions is kind of hard. Actually, getting the questions correct. Since some questions are really, really big. So, let's continue on. When exponent is repeated multiplication, it really makes sense since 8 to the power of 2 is 8 times 8. It doesn't really matter here. But like we say this is not much shorter than this. But let's say we're not gonna finish this question. Like it's 32 to the power of 18. Would you rather write 32 times 32 times 32? It would take forever. So this is also a much easier way of writing. Easy or easier. I'd say it's an easy but an easier way of writing it. So 32 and 18. But some things are really hard to do, like 1506 to the power of 3 or 6. That would be hard to do. But if you're ever writing it, like let's say if there's ever